To the JusSayin podcast. This is the third episode. This is your boy Kyle.
DeMarco02. Subscribe to my YouTube channel as well, DeMarco02, and subscribe to the JusSayin podcast.
It's your boy Chase. Episode 3 of the JusSayin podcast. Got some good content in store for y'all. Let's get it.
Alright, today we're gonna talk. We have two topics. The first one's gonna be about Amber Guyger, and the second one is gonna be about Tekashi 6ix9ine. And for Amber Guyger, you know how I read my definitions off at the beginning of the episode. The definition I'm going to read off today is murder. The definition of that is the killing of another human being under conditions specifically covered in law. And then for Tekashi 6ix9ine, what I'm going to read off is snitch. And the definition for that is to turn informer. And I'm even go a little bit further for the definition of informer is to give knowledge, important knowledge or fact of a circumstance. So, in other words, or in street language, snitch. Go ahead and start off. We'll talk about Tekashi first.
Tekashi. I'll just be straightforward with it. I don't agree with the snitching. I don't agree with the tattling and giving the names up of the different individuals. You know, I think Tekashi knew what he was getting himself into. He wasn't about that life. He wasn't, he's not a street dude, but yet he wanted to take on the street persona, act like he was. And what comes with that is, the jail time, different type of cases, indictments, and your boy wanted to go ahead and, rat on everybody. And I feel as if he should have known better, and he should have just been true to himself. But by him taking on this persona of a gangster, which he wasn't, it in all reality led to a lot of men being taken down, being away from their families for long amounts of time. So I don't agree. I wouldn't snitch if I was in that predicament. What would y'all do today?
I think that snitching thing, that narrative has always been false. And I think everybody, majority of the population, they all snitch. If you watch First 48, it's always three people, and they only catch one. But how do they find the other two? So Tekashi just did what everybody else do, and it sucks because we've been taught, oh man, never tell, never snitch, never. But yet these people get locked up, and that's the first thing they do. They be on First 48 like Kyle, hold the mic. Because it be cold in there. Right. Because it be cold as hell in there, and then they be sleeping. They wake up like, yeah, man, go ahead. You go. Then they start talking. So when we look at Tekashi, we gotta look at everybody else that do it as well, because the narrative has always been false as well. So I think Tekashi did what everybody else do, because me in that same situation and the people that did me like that, stealing from me, I thought we were supposed to be a part of something and bigger than that, but y'all basically using me. So, hey, we all gonna rot in this mud.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a couple niggas from DC, but not for real. But that's how it be. Like I agree with both of them though. Like I don't really know all the facts of the case, but by them doing your baby mama, threatening to kill your mom, kidnapping you. I can see where my mindset would be like, okay, I'm about to snitch because they didn't care nothing about me. But at the same time, like what Chase said, like, how we grew up, we knew what we was getting into. So if we got into it, that was a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? We got jumped in, ain't no snitching. So ain't no snitching. So I understand where both of them are going with this. But me, I'm kind of smarter than that. If I'm going to do a crime, I'm going to do it alone. You know what I'm saying? So if I snitch, I can only snitch on myself. I mean, that's just how I feel about the situation.
I see it on both, perspectives. I see it from the perspective of you would tell because of what they're doing and the extortion and all that. But my mind is made up on this. I look at it like, he never was about that life. So therefore, why get involved in this life? So if you want to get involved with it, brother, you need to know what comes with it. So if it goes down, shut your mouth.
But no, check this out. A lot of people join gangs for protection. A lot of people join gangs because they're love or protection, right? So they go there because they have nowhere else to go, and they feel like it's a family.
Yeah.
But a lot of people join gangs, they're not about that life. It's a gang out here. I don't even want to bring up the name, but people that was joining it, I'm gonna look dead in the camera, because y'all know y'all saw. Talk about cotton saw. Because I didn't call out a couple of y'all, and y'all put y'all head down, but when it's 4 or 5 of y'all, now y'all want to talk. So y'all joined the game for the wrong reason, not to be tough, but to have that protection. Like, oh, I'll get my other homie, I'll get the homie this, I'll get the homie that, because you can't do nothing on your own.
I feel that. I don't know too much about it. I'm gonna let Chase start that off. Go ahead, brother.
Guyger, I think that's how you pronounce her last name. You know, the cop who walked into the wrong apartment, killed an innocent black man thinking that it was hers. She just got sentenced, I think last week, 10 years. And, you know, I'm gonna get into that, but the real thing that bothered me about this whole situation was at the sentencing when the display of forgiveness and empathy and sympathy from, you know, the judge and the brother of the young man that was murdered. You know, I'm not on that level yet, so I know I couldn't forgive at all like that, but I just felt it was inappropriate how she was embraced in that manner, because if it was switched and it was a black man who murdered an innocent white woman by walking into her apartment, I feel as if the tension would have been a lot more thick, and it would have been definitely different how that turned out in the courtroom. How y'all feel about that?
Yeah, walking into somebody else's apartment. I mean, I don't know how you mistake it. You can't mistake somebody else's apartment, and then not only you pull your gun out and shoot. That don't make no sense. I mean, she got intoxicated with something. Maybe there's a toxicology report out there. I don't pay attention. Like I said, I barely know this stuff. But then hearing about how the judge gave her a hug, and then the brother was like, I forgive you. That sounds like some Christian baloney, that I forgive you. Man, forget all that, man. Whatever. She got her little false time, her 10 years or whatever. You didn't have to say nothing up there, bro. Like, was you trying to be politically correct and saying you forgive her? Like, was you trying to turn the other cheek like Martin Luther King? You seen how they did him. Like, what was you doing? I mean, this is just my opinion. Some people can think I'm wrong, but somebody killed my brother. I ain't saying nothing. Even if I ain't like him, I ain't gonna say I forgive her for it. You know what I'm saying? That's just giving the goal for other murders to happen from, you know, different races. You know, like I'd rather just shut up. But what I would have said up there, I would have been like, man, I hope they get you in jail. You know, especially right after, you know, my brother dies. I just think I don't know, he's trying to be politically correct, or I don't know, maybe trying to get a job. I don't know, maybe they promised him a job or gave him some money. I don't know.
But Kyle, a life for a life isn't always the answer, right?
No, it's not.
So my thing is, I'm gonna have to tell y'all the truth. We live in America, and I hate it. But black life don't mean shit. Not at all. I'm gonna tell you why. When we do a crime and we kill each other, they give us the most time possible, right? We know how the system is. The system is always gonna be corrupt. And if you have money and if you have to find things in life, they're gonna find a way to get you out. They're gonna find a way to give you a slap on the wrist and give you another chance. Only the skin color is the right color. Because if it's not the right color, they want to do the worst to you. Because they want to think and they want to tell everybody that you are a criminal, that you are a black guy, that you are. So because I'm black, oh man, yeah, you know he smoked a little weed on the weekends when he ain't at work. So I don't know what he was doing. He could have been high. He could have attacked her. Like they made him seem like he did something wrong. And the bad thing is, I know why they did it. Because he's black. And as long as you're black, you can never do the right thing and get looked the right way if something bad happens to you. And like I said, it sucks. And getting put in that light just shows you over and over again, like, me, I watch the way I move because I know any mistake that I make, they'll throw the book at me. And be like, oh well, just another. They don't care about my family. They don't care about my life. So I have to do everything I can to care about myself more. And for like I said, for the brother to go in there with that forget, and you know what, for his brother, that's a big man. And even though we don't know why he did it, he might have did it for a different reason. He might not have liked his brother at all, or he might have been like, you know what, me being mad at her ain't gonna bring my brother back anyway. And they already gonna give her whatever they want to give her. But I have no problems with the brother having his own thing. My problem was the other cop fixing her hair, running her hair through her hair. Maybe don't get your weird ass. What you mad? What you sad for?
Right.
And why you not over there wanting to hug on him? And why you not over there talking to that family? They the one that lost the brother, nigga. In 5 years when she get out on probation, cause she gonna have good behavior, you know but she might have did it on accident. That's not up for me to decide. But like I said, for the brother, he can have his own opinion on everything. But then you got the judge, bald head ass, bringing his naked head ass down there. And you want to why you giving her a hug, bro? He let him have his opinion, but because of what he said, it was a chick. Or her naked news face ass, whatever she did, why you going down there? Because of what he said? But what he said shouldn't show love to her. That should show love to him. Why don't you do something for him? Weird ass, well, I don't like a lot of people, and that's why, because y'all show me y'all true colors every day. And being white in America, it comes with its advantages. So us black people, and I'm about to tell y'all this because it's the truth, we have to watch every move we make. So if we do something, if I rob a bank and John Doe robs a bank, but because of me and him, I'm gonna get 10 to 25, he gonna get 3 to 5. It sucks, but guess what? It's the truth.
The Bible says that in Ephesians. No, I'm sorry. But to really piggyback off of that, we got a guest appearance.
What's up, Jazz?
But to piggyback off of that, DeMarco, unfortunately, white people, us as black folk, what color is Jesus?
Well,
allegedly, what color is Jesus?
Well, to us, what we were taught, it was white.
Right. Yeah, he was white, and that's what you see on the pictures and everything. So therefore, black folk look at that as the oppressor. So now when white people do certain things, you're going to have it's like a PTSD, post-traumatic slave disorder. No, I'm being real, because think about it. Black people as slaves was beat to become Christian. That wasn't a choice like we just was, this is what we want to take on. We came here, and like I said, slave owners made us become Christian, and therefore they controlled us with religion. So to fast forward to today, in situations like this, when the white person is in the wrong and they do the crime, black people always forgive, turn the other cheek, because this person is relatable to the God, Jesus Christ, who we look at as our Savior, as Christians, I'm speaking for Christians, as the Savior and the one that's supposed to, bring better days and bring light. So when something happens along this, where a white person does something to a black person, black people always want to turn the other cheek and be the bigger person, because the oppressor is relatable to the person who committed the crime if they have the skin tone of Jesus. If that makes sense. That's just my opinion.
But that's a valid opinion, because they don't want to turn the other cheek. If I was to do something to you, me being black and you being black, you ain't turning the other cheek.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But if Elizabeth from across the street, Little Red Robin Hood, she come over there, look, don't even go over there, leave them alone. And it's like, they always scared of white people, because you know what? White people always tell you, I'm going to call the police. And as soon as they come in there, you already know they're not asking no questions. Right. You did it.
Right.
Why did I have to do it? Because I'm black? So we get looked at, and like you said, the images that they portray on us, thuggish, The images that they portray on them, Jesus. So that's why it's such a hard time for me to believe in that.
Right.
And I won't believe in it. You're not going to enslave my mind no longer than what y'all already did.
Back at it again. Just to piggyback off what I said earlier about the Bible has a specific verse. I don't know what it is, so I don't want to say the wrong verse, but it says in the Bible that slaves should look at their slave owner/master the same way that they look at God or Jesus. So therefore, the Bible.
Who do you think wrote that though?
I don't know. I don't even know who wrote the Bible. I don't know if anyone knows who wrote the Bible. But think about it. That's bullshit. Ain't no way in hell I'm going to look at my so-called God. That's the same way I look at this person was bringing me pain and suffering and tearing my family apart and punishing us with physical discipline. So yeah, no disrespect to the Christian folk out there, but that BS in the Bible is trash. I'm sorry, I'm not rocking with it. And it just goes into today. Look at the case with Guyger. That's basically what happened with these black folks forgiving her and rubbing her hair and comforting her, because we look at her the same way we looked at our God.
Amen.
And the Bible says.
And you know what? That's not the only case. So for us to bring up that specific, it's Kyle. Let me talk for a second, because I'm passionate right now. Like I'm really hot about that. With the rape case, and the white girl said that he got, and 6 years later you let her out because she said she made a mistake. Or what about in Stanford when the white dude behind a trash can having sex with the girl that's unconscious? He get 3 months. Now, this ain't the only case. They have this. Here you go, bro.
Hey, it happened all the time, right? But I mean, how we gonna make a stand though? How we gonna change it?
Good question.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that was a black judge, right?
Black judge, right? Yeah, black judge. Everybody in that courtroom was probably majority black.
Right. I mean, we see what she believed in. You know what I'm saying? She believed in white Jesus, and I guess hey, it is what it is. But like y'all said, comforting the lady was that didn't make any sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people go away all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? And she actually murdered somebody in cold blood, and y'all trying to forgive her. Like he said, we don't know what the brother is going through. It ain't gonna bring his brother back. But, you know, telling her everything's gonna be all right, and it's like they forgot that she murdered somebody. You know, it wasn't an accident. It wasn't, you know, she didn't fear for her life.
Well, technically, they're trying to say it was an accident.
They're trying to say it was an accident? I mean, I doubt it was an accident.
No,
and like I said, unless she was drunk or something, but, you know, they can figure all that out in the toxicology report.
Still.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way you don't know where you live. I don't care if it's an apartment building or not. There's no way you don't know where you live.
And you don't accidentally pull the trigger. Oh, it was my bad. I thought that was you know.
And don't you gotta, if you see somebody in your house, you go, hey, what you doing in here? Ain't it like your reaction, or you just the first thing you gonna do is shoot first?
Questions later. That's my reaction. But before you go to Marco, you know, I just wanted to say this one last thing. As the general public viewing this, I would love to hear what y'all have to say about this. This topic is sensitive, and I really think it needs to be out there, because what my brother Kyle just said, what are we going to do to change this? What are we going to do as black folks to see a different outcome? This has happened too much. It's a reoccurring event, and I'm tired of seeing it.
And this is what I want y'all to think about, right? Seriously, as a cop, what do they tell you first? They pull out the gun and they say something. What's that word I'm looking for? Is it the word freeze? Freeze! Don't move.
Don't move. Get your hands
Why
up.
would you not give him the opportunity to freeze?
And you're a cop.
You already have the training. And if you already have the training, why would you not do what you was taught? So that's what don't make sense to me. And just for us to get on the record, do you have a problem with white people?
Not at all.
Do you have a problem with white people?
Nope, not at all.
And my kids is half white, so you know I don't have a problem with it.
And my
But
son is too.
this is
Quarter white.
Right.
the problem that we all have is that it's not about them being white. It's about the equal rights. Don't look at us like we're beneath you guys, because we don't want to be. We didn't make a choice to be like, oh, well, we let you niggas vote now, so Go ahead for it. Yeah, go vote for who you want to vote for. And at the same time, we just want to feel the same type of love that we get from our system. Because if we can get that same love and that same time, because we all make mistakes. And if they make a mistake, why are they doing less time than if we make a mistake? Because a black guy might make it because he's struggling just like that white guy's struggling. But that white guy gets 3 years, the black guy gets 10 years. That's the problem that we see. And that's the problem that we want to address. So if y'all have a problem with what we're saying, put it in the comments, man, and leave it. We're going to read it.
Yeah, please, man, get in the comments. Go ahead and discuss. Give us feedback. We would love feedback. We'll get right back on there and talk to you, give our opinion of what you have to say. But I'm really curious and intrigued on what you guys think about this, man, because, you see how we feel. We want to know how y'all feel.
All right. So, I'm going back to Tekashi. If he was black, would he get all this publicity? And would he get out? I think he'll get killed instantly if he was black and he snitched and got out. But do you think they even give him that option to get out?
Yeah.
You think
He's snitching. When you're snitching, you have open doors now. You're giving up names. They give you an ultimatum. Give us this name, give us that name, and we can see what we can do. So eventually he would
they'll give him some.
Frank Lucas got out.
After years.
Yeah.
They should say whatever his name is getting out this year.
Who?
Tekashi. Then they say
possibly by the end of this year, early next year. So in a few months, possibly, yeah. But yeah, if he was black, he would be getting out because he's telling.
Alright, but that's to all y'all gangsters out there, man. Y'all be watching these gangster movies. At the end of the day, they all tell. I mean,
let's not say they all tell.
Yeah, it's a high percentage.
Yeah,
no, it's definitely. It's a lot of dudes out there that's telling, but
and that's what y'all look up to.
What I'm gonna say to go off of that card, if you gonna get involved in that life, which you shouldn't, because you see how these dudes is going through losing time with family and just losing your life in general. But if you gonna take that step and get involved in that life, just know what comes with it and stop, stop being something you're not, because you're gonna get placed in this predicament and you're gonna fold straight up.
Ain't that America?
What you mean?
Stop being what you're not. Ain't that kind of America? We are the land of the free, and we're free to do a lot of things, but we absolutely are not free.
We're not free to what extent?
Man.
There is nothing that we cannot do. We can do anything we want to with our mind, but that's the thing that
you're absolutely right.
We gotta stop doing that as black.
Anything we want with our mind. But we have to come together and build our own and make our own resources. But if we're not, the first we gonna get is what. Let me go. The first we gonna get is what the people of high can tell us. I didn't want to say the white man, but they are pretty high with the finances and the resources. But we're not gonna get as high as they let us unless we come together and build it and take it on our own.
Well, to piggyback off of that, one brother has taken that stance. Tyler Perry has his own Black Hollywood. I don't know if y'all saw that. He created his own Black Hollywood in Atlanta. It's like the setup, the studios where they film the movie.
You seen they was kind of blackballing in Hollywood, so he went and said, "I got my stuff." So
like you said, came together with a group of different people who had a conglomerate, brought ideas together, and boom, look at that. So black people, we can do so much, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. As long as we can, stop the self-hate and let certain things, manifest and come together, and man, the world is ours. We just gotta take it.
And then also, if y'all can put in the comments, any topics that y'all see, we'll read up on it and we'll bring that to the table as well. We'll give y'all our opinions, and it's coming straight from the heart and straight from the head, you feel me? And also, let us know what y'all think about the podcast and what we need to improve on, just stuff like that. We want to get all the feedback, whether negative or positive. That way we can learn and we can grow.
You see the shirt, you see it. It says Serial Killers. It's in the Galleria Mall in Henderson. I don't have the exact address right now. I'll get it and I'll put it on the next video. But man, you see it.
Well, I'm sure y'all can Google Galleria Mall.
Right, yeah. I forgot we all got smartphones, and you won't be disappointed. It's ran by a good brother in there. His name's Christopher, and it's ran by a good woman in there. Her name is Jessica. You'll like it. Great hospitality. Great. Billions of cereal. I didn't even know we had that much cereal. But and the shakes are to die for.
Yes, sir, man. Shout out to them. They make some good food up there, bro, and all kind of different cereals that you probably ain't never seen. So go give them a look, man. Go check them out.
And that was a part of Kyle's comments. I forgot to say it first, but that was a part of my comments. And Yeah, we got special guests. Go ahead.
And what else? What else? Okay, here's him.
Black fathers take care of their kids. And life is life. Live for you, because you don't want to die for nobody else. That's my positive note. Don't look for nobody else's acknowledgement and for them to agree with what you want to do. As long as you happy, do what you want to do.
Yeah, and on my ending note, just to piggyback off of that, man, don't look for no one else's validation. At the end of the day, like my boy said, if whatever makes you happy, you do that. And man, the mind is a powerful thing. Don't waste it, man. Y'all, we can accomplish a lot of different things, and that's for everybody out there. Just saying.
Just saying.
Hey, just saying, but I wasn't finished saying. So,
Yeah, nigga, you know we got time for these other
yeah, we gotta go to work. Brother, I know it's a sad day for me. I gotta go. I gotta do time Wednesday. And, man, it's gonna be tough.
Working Wednesday?
Nah, but I gotta go to an interview. It's gonna be a sad day. I gotta do like 6 months of time, but it is what it is. Then I'll be back to my entrepreneur stuff. But
Hey, nothing wrong with that, brother. Gotta get it in.
it's gonna hurt me. But I'm gonna take it though. I forgot what I was about to say, but yeah, you know, our videos are gonna get better. You know what I'm saying? We gonna be good. We gonna. Yep, just like what he said. We gonna have our own office space and everything. Just rock with us now. Like I said, leave everything in the comments, and then I'm gonna leave it at that. You know, we always just saying.
Just saying.
Just saying.